welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Chloe and I would love for you to subscribe, stick around, join the family, because why not? I want you here, and plus you won't miss any of my videos. But today I'm going to be talking to you about how I got into my dream college, how to get into college, and all the necessary steps that I took to get into all the schools that I got into. I basically got into every single school that I applied to, and I applied to about 11 schools, and I worked really hard to get into college. I feel like if you take my advice and take these tips, it could really help you get into the college of your dreams. Now, I think a big thing for me is that I started touring colleges my junior year and started to figure out where I kind of wanted to go. For me, I knew that I wanted to go out of state, and I started looking into out of state colleges. For me, at my high school that I went to, we had this thing called the college fair every single year. So since my freshman year, I started going, figuring out what colleges were about, where I wanted to go for majors, and all of that type of stuff. Now, if your school doesn't have that, I would suggest that you look into colleges and find out who your rep is for your town of where you live. Now, for me, I live in Orange County, so there was a rep for each school that I was interested in for my certain county. So before my junior year even started, actually my freshman year, sophomore year around then, I started actually emailing the admissions advisors for my area so that they would remember who I was, what school I went to, and really keeping in contact with them throughout the years. I would ask them what they thought about taking certain classes, what their opinions were, so that I was showing them that I really wanted to go to their university. I feel like that was one of the biggest things that helped me get into the colleges that I got into, because I had relationships with the people who were looking at my admissions. They were looking at my profile to choose if I was going to get into the school or not. One big tip that I have is it's never too early to start looking. It's never too early to start writing stuff down, ideas for just essays that you have to write, because the earlier you start, the easier it'll be when you apply to college. I started writing my admissions essay to get into colleges my junior year at the very end, around April, May. I got the concept down, the idea, and I worked all summer long trying to perfect my essay. I went to writing teachers, I emailed it to my teachers that I had at school, I emailed it to my counselor at school, had her look over it to make sure that it sounded good. Also, you can email your admissions rep for your area and ask them if they will look at it and if they can give you some feedback. I did that for every single admissions person that I had. I emailed them. I said, here is my essay. What do you think about it? And they gave me their honest feedback, which really helped me, because then it helped me even perfect the essay even more. Now, I don't know if where you live or where you go to school, if they will have like a college type of seminar thing over summer, but going into my senior year for about a week, I was able to go to my school and meet with different college counselors and just people in general and have them look at all my admission stuff, as well as start actually applying to schools. Now, there will be a certain date when the different application sites will open so that you can start applying, and then there's a deadline to apply. Something that I did that really helped me and helped me enjoy the rest of my senior year was doing this. And by starting my applications early and having everything planned out, I was able to submit every single application in the middle of September, and I sent my last application the first week of October, because honestly, doing that really helped me enjoy the rest of my senior year. Applications are really stressful, and there's a lot of information that they want from you, especially UC applications. Those take a lot of time, and each school will ask you their own questions. They will ask you why you want to go to this school and what you'll bring to the table, why this school is what it is to you, what it means to you. So you really have to think and have thought out answers that show that you're interested in the school, because each and every college wants to admit people that are interested in their school and that show more interest than other people. And I know that might sound a little bit harsh, but it's true. You're basically competing against every single senior that is in all colleges all around the United States and the world. So you need to put something in your application that's gonna make you stand out. Something that will make you be set apart from the other people that are applying. That is why I feel like having relationships with the people who are admitting you to those schools is super, super important, because that sets you apart from everyone else. Not everyone does that, and a lot of people don't spend the time to email these people. So having that relationship for 1, 2, 3, 4 years and then applying to their school shows, wow, this girl really was interested. And honestly, it's kind of cool too. Because I had these relationships with admissions reps from different schools, when it came time for them to come to my actual high school and talk about the school and give a presentation, they would say hi to me. They would remember who I was, my face, and sometimes even during the whole spiel that they were giving, they would ask me to time it. They would ask me just questions. And that made me feel like all of those years of emailing and keeping in contact was worth it, and that I did something right. Also, nowadays, a lot of schools don't just look at test scores. And I feel like there was a lot of kids that I knew who had 5.0s, 4.89s, and had super high SAT and ACT scores. And honestly, they didn't get into the schools that they wanted to get into. And the reason why is because they didn't have anything else to separate them. There are so many kids across the United States, across the world, who have really good GPAs, really good test scores, but there needs to be other stuff too. For me in high school, I was involved in a lot. I was involved in the Law Magnet program. I was involved in cheer for 4 years. I was involved in clubs for 4 years. I was the president of multiple clubs. I was super involved in my high school, and I made that a point from my freshman year. I started to be involved in clubs that I knew that once those presidents of those clubs would graduate, that I could have that experience, that I would be a president. Showing that you're a leader in your school really, really helps your admissions, really helps what it looks like on paper of who you are. And also, I did a lot of service hours. For me, service hours were mandatory and I had to do them, but I did above and beyond what was mandatory, because each and every single college knows what your high school is, what they offer, and what your graduation requirements are. For me, the high school I went to, we needed 80 service hours. So I did about 175 service hours and had those extra hours. I went on a mission trip. I did things in the community that made a difference. Showing that you're making a difference throughout high school and not just doing homework or actually doing schoolwork will help you so much. If you are younger and you're watching this video and you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, I highly suggest that you look into taking courses at your nearby community college, or even taking AP courses at your high school, because honestly, it will really help you. I took a lot of dual credit courses and I did a lot of work at my community college throughout high school, and it's helped me a lot in college. Not only was I able to figure out how college classes kind of worked, but also I was able to have more hours going into college. And that will help you with registering for classes. That will help you have a boost into getting into your major. And maybe even it'll help you have at least 2 years of school done. I have a couple friends who went in with so many hours, they were considered a junior in college, and that can really help you with tuition as well as scholarships. Trying to exercise every single option that you have will really help you. And this is what I did, and that's how I got into colleges. And I know that college application time is really stressful, because I was in your same shoes, but knowing that you have so many options and so many schools to apply to can really help you. Maybe, let's say for me, I'm from California, and if you want to stay in state and you're from California and have always wanted to go to this, and this school, then look at their requirements, look at what they look for, look at the GPA that they want. But also at the same time, remember, it's not just GPA. So you have hope. Other than having a good relationship with admissions reps, you need to have good relationships with your teachers throughout high school. And I cannot stress this enough, because in high school, I kept so many great relationships with my teachers. I would reach out to them. I would still visit them after I was done with whatever year of high school I was in. And that really helped me get really good recommendation letters from my teachers. Sometimes some schools recommend that you don't get them from sophomore teachers and you get them from your junior year teachers. It really just depends throughout each high school, but make sure that you keep those relationships and you're nice. You're nice in class. You don't disrupt the class. You're not rude. Like making sure that you actually seem interested in class. And I know sometimes that can be hard, but honestly, if you do it, it can help you really like the class. But for me, I felt that I had so many teachers that I loved and I had great relationships with. And hopefully those letters of recommendation helped because they wrote them and I got into college. So I feel like having that relationship really, really helped in some way with my admissions application. It may vary for different schools, but I know for TCU and a couple of other schools that I applied to, they actually had projects or things that you could submit for that school. TCU had something where I could make a collage or do any type of art related project and show why I wanted to go to TCU and what TCU meant to me through like photography and through artwork. And that was right up my alley, so I did it. I also did this other app and I don't remember what it's called, but on your application, it will probably say where you could upload photos of hobbies that you enjoyed. So I uploaded my drawings, I uploaded my paintings, I uploaded me dancing, I uploaded pictures of me actually serving the community, going on my mission trip, doing my clubs. I just showed pictures of everything I possibly could because none of that will hurt you. It'll actually help you and show them that you did the things that you were talking about in your application. Hey, helpful tip. But overall, I think getting into college is really up to where you want to go. And I believe that all of you can get into your dream school if you follow the steps that I did. And I promise you that it will all be worth it in the end. Everything I said may seem like a lot and you may not want to do it, but I promise you by doing these things, it will really, really help you in your application process and will help you get into your dream school. Whether that dream school is USC, TCU, SMU, or even Yale. I think each of these things that I talked about will help you in some way. I really hope that this helped you guys, and I hope that you learned how to get into your dream college and the steps that you need to take to do so. If you did enjoy this video, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe. Also, don't forget to like and comment this video and let me know what other college videos you would like to see me do, or if you would like to see where I got into college and what my essay was. I hope that wherever you are, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, that you have had an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!